Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading with me. We're just going to dive in and see what you guys need to hear right now. So let's just figure it out. Let's see. I hope you guys are well. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comment section. I send you guys my love. But anyway, let's see, Spirit, please, for Sagittarius. And by the way, if my voice is croaky, I have woken up not too long ago. Right, so you're going through a shift. Let's just be honest, right? Chaos and conflict and the Orphan card. I do feel that you're in a little bit of a negative space right now, feeling quite upset. Now, this is a number 5, which represents that something in this energy needs to change. Let me just try tap into what this could be for you. But I just want to mention about whatever you're feeling. Chaos and conflict is kind of a little bit of a reminder or a little bit of reassurance that whatever you're going through right now is actually kind of trying to remove this external layer to kind of maybe you're changing your identity, right? These things that we feel are crumbling are actually revealing something much deeper and much more beautiful. And I say that because this zebra, I'd have to show you what's underneath this card as I picked it up, but this zebra is completely transforming into basically a giraffe, right? And the difference between a zebra spiritually, right, is that they're only black and white thinking, right? Things are either good or terribly bad, right? I'm either perfect or I'm nothing at all. I'm a failure. Like that kind of all or nothing thinking, polarized thinking, whatever you want to call it, could be breaking away from you, or certain, certain layers that you had that are not aligned to your divine destiny is starting to break away from you. Number 3s to me are all about alignment, because the 3 and 3 goes to a 6. It's a major life lesson you guys are learning along your journey, and you're becoming someone new, which I actually really like this a lot. So this is how Spirit wants to see it. This chaos, this conflict in your life is actually trying to change you into something much better in a good way, so you can be in more alignment. And by the way, like, you have poise underneath. So as I was saying, that's something that's going on. If you deal with it correctly, right, allow these layers and things to break away, it's going to reveal to you a new destiny. And poise says, get ready. Get ready for it. Now, Orphan card right now, you're not feeling it. Let's be honest. She's feeling very low, right? She probably has been abandoned here. She feels like maybe she's got no one around her. She's in this very dark cloud of maybe pain and suffering. Okay. So this is an energy that you guys might need to heal from in some way. We'll figure it out. For Sagittarius, please, Spirit. You know what? I feel like it's an energy of like maybe blaming yourself or starting to attack yourself for things, like, what's wrong with me? Is something wrong with me? Why are things not working out? There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, maybe there are some layers that we might need to change about ourselves or allow to fall away that just don't serve us anymore, or an identity that doesn't serve you anymore, but that's about it. Like, nothing's wrong with you and you don't need fixing, right? Sometimes it's just some layers of ourselves need to kind of break away because they just don't serve us anymore. And it could be negative thinking. I'm going to figure out what it is for you, or holding on to pain and suffering, because if she moves out of this energy, I just feel like this is a location that's not good for her, right? She's clearly stuck in where she felt abandoned, and that's reminding her of memories. And your body doesn't know the difference between a feeling that you're going through, an experience you're going through now, or you remembering feelings of a past energy. So sometimes we live in the past because we're thinking about hurts and pains so much that our body feels like we're living it now. So of course you're going to feel that energy as if you're still experiencing it. So just a little bit of science there for you. Could be a good time to start getting the butt moving somewhere else. You have to take a reality check. All right, so Spirit's coming in with some harsh things right now. Now it's a full moon, which represents a need for release, but also it's heavy, intense energies going on right now, which could be highlighting certain feelings that you might not even realize are still around you. But again, Spirit's saying this is happening to remove a layer, a shell that's around you, okay, for the better. But let's figure it out. Let's get you some chakra cards. For my Sagittarians out there, Spirit, can I get 3 of these? What do I need to hear right now? Grief. Okay, some of you guys are definitely grieving, and it's okay. Heart chakra, you do need to focus on your heart so you can actually fully heal. Okay, now you have quest, and what happens when this card comes out, yes, it does mean you're going on a mission and a quest, and I love that for you, but sometimes this does, and I'm going to speak more about your mindset, so if that doesn't relate to you, then apologies for that. I'll try to keep the other messages coming through for you. But this card is like she says, I have to walk high and low, go through, you know, torrential rain and winters to be able to find a blue path. And then this little boy is like, oh, what, you mean a blue path that you're already standing on? And sometimes what this card means is that we're so busy feeling that everything that we want and desire is so far away from us and that we have to go through so much suffering to have it. But in reality, you're already on the path there, right? So it's a little bit like that. I hope that makes some sense to someone out there. It's like sometimes we feel like I need to live my purpose. I need to do X, Y, Z to live my purpose, but you're already living your purpose. You're here. Okay. Anyway, you have grief and dissipating. So again, some of you, I'm just going to say it because it's specific. And if it's not your message, apologies. It's not your reading. But some of you are holding on to certain feelings and emotions that are, you know, keeping you stuck. Nothing wrong with grief. You guys have been through a lot of loss and pain, and you could be grieving, you know, actual people, and in which case my heart goes out to you. It's fine to stay there, right? Meaning that you don't have to rush healing. Okay, so processing your feelings, allowing yourself to cry about things is so important, because otherwise we keep it all inside. And of course, then we keep it in our heart because it's never really coming out. So allow yourself to cry. Even if you feel like, oh, I'm so sensitive or I shouldn't be crying, don't worry about that little voice. Allow it to come out, right? It's a cleansing of something, okay? And also, it's very important to address those feelings. So some of you guys don't listen to other people's opinions of, you know, well, you should be over this already, etc. The only way to really let it out is by letting it out. So it's important. Anyway, but dissipating coming through is just don't get stuck there, right? As you can see, this lady is wasting her life away by just watching TV, and the bard here could be a spirit guide who's like, Sagittarius, you need to get up and do those things, right? Your dreams are not going to meet you where you're at if you're not taking action on it, or not whilst you're watching TV. So you have to start taking action on the time that you have in life. Okay, so that's what dissipating is. Sometimes we all get stuck on the one day, I'll have this and that. But if you're not actually in alignment to the person who's able to actually have that, it's not going to happen. I was listening to Joe Dispenza, and he said something that might relate to you in a way, that in order to kind of change your personal reality, we have to kind of change our personality. Because if you're in this energy of lack, of suffering, of dwelling, maybe even, and the fact that they said that there is something that's happening for your greatest good, right? Needing to let these things fall away from you so you can be in alignment to your dreams and goals, you might have to let go of maybe a personality that's holding on to suffering, right? And that could be why they're saying take a reality check. Either way, don't waste your life away, okay? Don't wish your life away either. All right. Anyway, I'm a little bit deep, not gonna lie, but I do feel like some of you are being called to service, okay? Especially with others. Some of you might not realize that. You guys have been spending a lot of time in isolation, but you don't realize that your energy is so healing for others. And I want to cry, actually. There's something very deep coming through. So again, very specific message for someone out there. Your quest, I wonder what you feel like you need to do, because you're already maybe even a healer. I'm going to go out there and say that a lot of you, your energy is very healing. So maybe some of you, it is about, you know, maybe being of service to others is a big part of your destiny, or something that might make you happy. Or again, it's just you're a natural healer. Your energy is naturally healing. Whether you make people laugh or whether you know, give people support in times that they don't really have it. I don't know what you guys do, but that's a big part of your purpose, and maybe something you already do. Anyway, and for some, maybe that's a little bit of a reminder of what to connect to people. All right, don't let your life dissipate indoors. Your energy is very healing. All right, anyways, let's see what else is going on for Sagittarius. Let's see overall energy. The Knight of Wands, that's your energy. So Spirit trying to get your mojo back, right? This is about optimism, going out there. What happened to your spark? What happened to be hungry for it, right? That horse is drooling. Anyway, let's see your energy. Your energy is the Ace of Swords, which is about facing the truth, right? Reality check for sure. All right, let's pull the rest of the cards, and I'm going to dive into the clarifiers. Let's see, what is the challenge, please, for Sagittarius this week? Five of Pentacles, that's the lack, feeling left out, feeling like you don't have support, feeling that no one's there to help you. Even spiritually, some of you guys could definitely be feeling closed out from spirit, okay? I want to understand that a little bit better, but By the way, if you are grieving people and you don't feel their energy around you, like if you have lost someone and you feel disconnected from them, that you're not seeing signs, they are around you. Okay, I have to say that to you. Okay, I really want someone to understand that. And by the way, some of you may have lost a dog, or and that's in the spirit world, just because of this energy being here. It's not a prediction, so don't get scared. But that energy is definitely coming through. That makes sense with what we've been seeing, right? Dissipating grief, orphan energy with the lack card, right? Of being stuck, left out in the cold. All right, anyway, let's dive in. Sorry, they just want to say that your intuition or your ability to perceive messages from spirit is almost like a muscle. You have to train it. So some of you have not been doing whatever it is that you feel is lacking. They're saying that this is a muscle that needs training. You have to show up for it. So whatever you feel like is lacking is probably because you're not focusing a lot of your energy on it, or on building it, whatever it is, whether it's your intuition, connecting to spirit, connecting to your spirit guides, right? Maybe you feel alone and again, lacking something. I don't know what it is, but spirit's saying it's a muscle. You need to show up for it. You can't just wait for it because the light is dimming. You have to, I don't know, believe in it. I don't know. It could even be a lack of hope. I'm almost seeing that this is like a flame. Let me show you. And because you've not really been believing that this flame is getting smaller, but it's like your constant efforts to believe, or whatever it is, like to focus on your dreams, or because some of you have been losing hope, and therefore this light has dwindled a little bit. So the more that you put back into this, the more that it's going to be there. I hope that makes some sense to someone. What's the advice for Sagittarius? Nine of Swords, get out your head. Don't stay here, right? Three of Swords being there is, again, like there is hurts, there's pains that you might be holding on to. And again, if you're going through grief, no, I'm not rushing you out of that at all. That's the worst thing you can do. But it is about one step at a time. All right, why is the Knight of Wands the energy of the week? The Page of Swords. Knight of Wands. Why is this the energy of the week? Nine of Pentacles, 7. Okay. Nine of Pentacles clearly is a goal, financial freedom, working for yourself, just having, not needing to worry about finances or anything outside of yourself. Nine of Pentacles is, I want to say, like recognizing that you're the trophy, like feeling very abundant in yourself, what you built for yourself, knowing when it's the Knight of Wands feels like that's you wanting to run after this dream life for yourself. Again, financial freedom, feeling good in your energy, feeling abundant, feeling like you can fully slow down and not need to rush anything. But of course, it takes work. So the Page of Swords and the Seven of Cups is where my big question mark is, because I don't know if this feels like the blockage where it's like you don't know how to get there. There's a lot of, maybe a lot of ideas and none of them are grounded. A bit of confusion. Page of Swords, a bit of a triggered energy. I want to see what that's about. Why is the Page of Swords here? The Hermit and the Ten of Swords. So it could even be that your triggers over how you've been treated in life, or your resentments, example, and your feelings and a triggered energy could be what could be holding you back or keeping you confused, or keeping your attention on things that again are more so in the past than they are in the present and the future. Ten of Swords. Something needs to come to an end. Now the Hermit here is very beautiful. Because number one, again, someone in spirit is seeing what you've been through and recognizing it, but they are calling for you to come back to life again, right? The Hermit and the Ten of Swords can also be your need to reflect on the past through the wisdom of the Hermit, meaning not to attach yourself to the pains of the past, but to observe it as if you were outside of that and watching it as if it's happening to someone else, right? Not identifying with that anymore is important, so you know that you can move somewhere else. Healing, right? For example, shining a light on this is important, but recognizing that life can be so much more what you've experienced, and you have to kind of, again, change your personality or personal reality. Meaning you can't manifest an abundance while you're in an orphaned energy, right? So something needs to change about your energy to be able to manifest an abundance, whatever that means to you. Does that make sense? Anyway, Ace of Swords is your energy. Let's see why is this here. Ace of Swords with the Ace of Swords, truth, clarity, Hierophant, committing to the truth. This is also a card of faith, right? Your belief systems, okay? And the Hierophant is also about being connected to the divine and understand that you are a vessel. Some of you need to understand your spiritual powers, if you will, or your spiritual connection at the very least. Okay, sorry, like I hit my mic and it made it go silent for a bit. But like I said earlier, there's a lack of faith in something and that light has been dwindling. So maybe that's the spark, that's the hunger. You've not been doing enough things that make you hungry, chasing your goals, right? Doing things that make you feel successful. Whatever this Knight of Wands represents to you, it is your energy, optimism, etc., etc. It's a muscle. If it's a personality, like I wish I was like my old self or how I used to be, you have to start building it again, right? It's a muscle. Hierophant, when you commit to it, commit to the truth, a reality check even as well. I do see a lot of success for you because that's what the Ace of Swords is. This truth will grant you success. Okay. Why is the Five of Pentacles in a challenge position? Eight of Cups, yes, needing to walk away from things that just don't serve you, most likely. Certain feelings that are holding you back, right? So that you can focus on the future. Okay, now it's about outgrowing your current situations, looking into the future about where do you want to go, what do you want to do, because the world is your oyster here. Okay, and if you do feel a little bit like people have closed doors on you, then let them, right? Don't go begging anyone or trying to understand, because the Eight of Cups here is like maybe you have to walk home with a lack of closure. If it's people, you know, you've had to walk away from. Two of Wands is about moving into your future and not on your past. Okay, Death card, change, transformation, accepting endings so that you can actually have new beginnings. And the Nine of Swords, why is this the advice? The Three of Wands. So you're, okay, so what was I going to say? Like your waiting is an issue, right? We've seen that with dissipating. It's like not really taking action on it, living in a nightmare, but just waiting for it to change, right? Now, the Empress says that you can attract an abundance, but only when you are in an energy of abundance. You know that you're deserving of it. You know that it's impossible for it to not happen, right? You need to have immaculate faith. The Nine of Swords is doubts and it's fears. You can't manifest abundance and Empress energy, whatever it is, through the perspective of fear and doubt. Okay, one more for this energy. Ace of Pentacles. The Spirit's offering you a new beginning through this reality check. Maybe for financial reward, some of you could be getting like a new stream of income or again a new job offer. This is a beginning of a new beginning for you. Or even if this reality check, because you've got two aces now, this new energy that might be happening within you could again be a lot more solid. Let these things fall away. Don't hold on to them anymore. These ways of being need to drop away for you to really discover who you are underneath the suffering and dissipating and waiting. You're more powerful than that. Queen of Pentacles. You can have an abundance. You can be financially secure. All right. You can have a beautiful, loving, loyal family or people around you, right? Queen of Pentacles is all about that. You have to start today. Because dissipating says it's not going to come knocking on your door. You got to put yourself out there, whatever that means. Okay. Anyway, what a deep reading, specifically for someone. So don't get mad at me if it doesn't resonate with you. It's not a prediction. It's an energy. So I'm going to wish you guys all the best. Let me know how it resonates with you in the comment section if it does. And if you feel called to, make sure you guys like and subscribe. But aside from that, I will see you guys next time.